Hello. Hi, excuse me. Happy Monday. Happy Mantra Monday if you are in my group, Ascending Earth Creatrix. It is I, Catherine Massell, Ascending Earth Creatrix, Spiritual Growth Catalyst, Intuitive Energy Healer. Hello, hello, hello all. I'm going to talk about something super juicy today, something I'm very passionate about. Breaking down and talking about and giving a little more, let's say, tangibility to joy, the emotion of joy, and what that means, what that looks like, what that means for you, how you access that point of awareness, hopefully in more ways in your life, how you can begin to thinking about connecting the dots of your joy a little bit more in your life, and how the alchemy of joy really translates in your life. What does that mean for you? How will it help you create in your life? So if you're here, say hello. Bear with me for a moment while I share this talk in a couple places. Hi, Tanaya. Hello, lovely. I'm glad you could join me. So I'm going to share this in my Facebook group. And if you're jumping on, say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're from. And if it's a replay, go ahead and throw in hashtag replay in there. Let me know that you're watching it at some point later on. I'm speaking to the future self, and I guess to my future self too. And speaking of which, I'm doing a 3-day live event in my Facebook group. Excuse me, I have a little stuff going on. We have rain coming, and whenever there's rain coming, my arthritis acts up and my throat gets all wonky and weird. So I'm feeling into that right now. So I have a 3-day event coming up in my Facebook group, Ascending Earth Creatrix, which is a group for empowered females who are looking to work their way into 5D awareness in a way with a lot of comfort and ease and joy and grace, to understand more of the nebulous concepts of 5D and planetary ascension in such a way that they can start bringing that into their lives now, start adopting and inheriting a lot of those parts of 5D awareness that are really part of your divine infinite blueprint as a cosmic being. And if you are not in that group already, I can go ahead and share the link, I suppose. Let's see. And then I'm going to get into the meat of this. I'm going to start biting off big pieces of this so we can all chew on it together in just a second. All right, this is my Facebook group, Ascending Earth Creatrix. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Hi, Dina. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week. So that is the 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I am going to be going live doing 3 different activations in my Facebook group, Ascending Earth Creatrix, where I'm going to be helping you embody your future self. This is something that when we are in the creation process, when we're manifesting, we have to be able to really kind of jump timelines from where we are now and the energy of what is. We have to get away from the energy of what is. Not that we don't appreciate where we are or have an awareness of where we are, because that's what gives us the contrast to show us what we want and who we want to be, what we want to have, what we want to do. So we have to have awareness of what is, but we have to believe that there is something beyond that, that there is what is and what is coming. And it's that expectation of when you manifest something that is coming. It's a foregone conclusion. It's a done deal, period. You know and you know and you know and you know and you know in your heart and your soul and your mind and your body that this is coming. This is showing up, because when you ask the universe, it conspires on your behalf to put all those things in place to line up so that you can receive. But then you must be in that co-creative dance with the universe, in that place of receiving. So if you can embody your future self in that energy of I'm acting, believing, knowing, feeling right now as if what I have asked for has already shown up. Now, this is a tough concept. This is really tough. This is one of the things that largely is what's going on in my Heal, Awaken, Align bootcamp, is being able to have that heart and mind unification, where we get the heart, that feeling space, that everything we access in the subtle realm of our being, the energy of our being, we access that in the heart with everything that we believe, with our intellect, with our reasoning, with our natural gift as creative beings, using analysis, using rationale. We need to marry these things in this beautiful way so that we have heart-mind unification. That truly is the wave and being on the leading edge of moving into fifth dimensional awareness. If we don't understand how to jump timelines in that sense, of embodying our future selves, of being in that physical feeling of, I have this. What I've asked for, I'm already receiving it. I'm already acting as if, showing up every day in my life, as if this has already come to pass, as if what I already want, or what I want, has already shown up for me. Hi, Angela. This is difficult for many of us because in 3D awareness, this very dense energetic experience that we call planet Earth, this giant sandbox, this grand experiment that we're having right now, it limits us. It puts us in this limiting space of only being able to see what is, to know in our lives and to identify ourselves and what we have in our lives with what is. And while it's important to have awareness of it and to acknowledge this is where I am, we have to believe that we can move beyond that, that we can use that then as this trail marker, as this guidepost to show us the contrast of, well, if this is where I am, hi Pamela, if this is where I am, then we get to move into that other place of sovereign power, which is our free will choice, which we knew we would have here when we came to this 3D playing field. We can look at the value or the quality of our experience of what is, and then with our free will choice say, I choose to have more. I choose to have an expanded experience of what is. We get to choose that. And then we get to create it. But where we get stymied, where we get stuck, and we're actually, being stuck is an illusion. Even though you might feel stuck right now, we're never really stuck because there is constant motion, there is constant momentum. We are always moving. But it's the fact of what you are choosing moment to moment that is allowing you to move in that same direction all the time or move into a different one. Do you understand the difference between those two things? If you're showing up live, tell me you're here, say hello. So when I talk about embodying your future self, and when I'm going to be sharing the 3 live activations that I'm going to be doing with you I'm going to be doing it here from this business page, Catherine Massell, Ascending Earth Creatrix, but I'm also offering it in my Facebook group, so I'll be airing it in 2 places. But what I really want to help you with is to get into the energetic, get into the frequency of, I am acting as if, I'm feeling as if, I am knowing as if, what I've asked to manifest is already here. And I'm living in that space. I'm taking that future self and living it now. This is hard for many of us because, again, we're stuck in that 3D awareness. We're stuck in that 3D energetic of, I only trust and believe what is. We all do this to a certain degree. Some of us are better at getting out of that illusion than others, but it takes some practice. I'm not going to lie to you. It takes a shift, and it takes a conscious decision on your part to want to keep choosing a different reality. Okay? So on Wednesday the 23rd, I'm going to be doing Expanding Your Vessel, which is, it's a way of getting energetically aligned with your physical body, feeling into your now, feeling into your awareness, acknowledging your complete physical awareness, and then kind of pulling out into the energetic field and expanding all of your energetic fields around the body, your emotional body, your etheric body, the auric body, the astral body, and expanding all those fields. Because remember what I said, when you are creating a manifestation, you set your intention. As Abraham Hicks says, you launch that rocket of desire. When you ask for it, the energy is already there. The energetic of your manifestation is already there. But the tricky part is being in that place where we can receive it, being in receiving mode. And I'm going to be talking about your resistance-free zone in a second when I talk about the alchemy of joy. If you are in your resistance-free zone, then you can receive that which you are manifesting, that which you are creating. When you expand your vessel, you allow yourself to be completely open in all of your fields. Not to let everything willy-nilly come in, because whenever I do these activations with you, you're also fully grounded into your physical being and you are rooted into Mother Earth, because it's really important to be able to do that when you receive these activations. And a word of caution, if you are, I know there's a lot of people that offer free activations and energy healings on the internet and in their Facebook groups and whatever, but if you're not grounded and if they're not grounding you, this is a problem. Okay, so you have to make sure you're grounded. That will protect your energy, and it will allow you to use the fullness of that activation here in your 3D body in this lifetime, which is, for the most part, the only place we really manifest or receive the manifestations of our desires is here on the 3D plane. So you have to make sure you're grounded into it. It also protects your energy. On Thursday the 24th, we're doing Journey to the Alternate Self, guided trance meditation. So this is where in a deep guided trance that I'm going to be guiding you through, you are able to access that vision of your alternate self. And I mean your alternate self in the sense that if you think about what it is that you are calling forth, what you are asking to attract right now, what manifestation you would like to show up in your life right now, what do you look like when that shows up? What do you feel like when that shows up? What does your day-to-day look like? Who's around you? Where are you? What car are you driving? It's really important to, in order to fully access the energetic of, I have this and I'm living this as if it's already here, we have to be able to energetically align with that completely, mind, body, and soul. So this helps you to do that. That'll be on Thursday the 24th. And then on Friday the 25th, yesterday's future empowerment, which is a super exciting thing that I'm going to share with you. And I'll talk about that more, but it's another way then of taking all the good work that we've done on Wednesday and Thursday and then helping you brings you closer to the harmonics of your alternate self. So that alternate self that you've envisioned, that you went to, that you aligned with energetically, it helps you to connect then all the timelines and realities to help bring that in, to make, to really get you that powerful energetic, so you're able to use all of the energies of the alternate self that you've gone into and you've created, because there's no one that creates your alternate self except for you or your future self. And it helps you to come together and create a powerful cord of connection. Hi, Sarah. So if you are interested in this, there's three activations at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I'm going to be doing it here on this page, but I'm also sharing it in my Facebook group, Ascending Earth Creatrix. So that is coming up. And why am I doing all of this? Why am I doing all of this? Why am I sharing this with you? Number one, I'm completely passionate about it. And number two, because it's largely what I'm helping you to do in the Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp, which is coming up on June 4th. There's still spots left. If you join me live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I have some special offers for you that have to do with the Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp. If you are interested in reading more about it and knowing more about it, I will share the link right here. But it is going to be a 6-week boot camp that helps you with that heart-mind unification that I talked about. Because in order to truly manifest our desires, to live the life of our dreams, to create true and lasting transformation, we have to align the energetic of the heart and the mind. That is what the 5D New Earth is petitioning us to do. The universe is asking us to bridge these gaps now, to unify these things now. It eases our transition into fifth dimensional awareness. It eases our transition into planetary ascension. And it creates an easier life for us when we are supported in all the things that we want. But how do we get that? We have to align the heart and the mind. We have to bring them into energetic union. Okay? Hi, Courtney. So if you want to read more about that, I will share the link here. Where am I? I can't find myself on my page. Okay, there I am. So if you show up live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for the Embodying Your Future Self event, I'm going to have some bonus offers about that. hopefully entice you to join Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp. But it's the amount of content that I'm sharing in there, it's a total bargain at $7.97. So do consider getting in there if you want some exercises, some things that you'll be able to do, some energy activations that help you clear the ancestral karma that's keeping you from the life that you want. It helps you to bring in some exercises to align the mind with what's opening up in the heart. We have to do this with some mindset practices. We have to heal the mind. Mindset work is energy healing for the mind. So I'm sharing some exercises with you in there that will be things that you can go back to time and again, because we are always up-leveling. We are always transitioning into a greater level of abundance. Every time we do that, we meet with new levels of resistance. What I want to talk about today is the alchemy of joy. And when we are in our joy, we are in... Thanks, Angela. When we are in our joy, we are in that resistance-free zone. Okay? The only reason why you don't have exactly what you want in your life right now is because you are holding some degree of resistance to it. When you ask for something, you are already in the energetic of being able to receive it. It's already shown up. It's already manifested to a certain degree. Now, depending on divine timing and where you are energetically, if you're in receiving mode, you may or may not be able to access it, to bring it in. So what we need to remove or peel away are those layers of resistance. One of the best ways to do that is to find your place of joy. When you are in your joy, you are able to experience alchemy, because what happens when you are in your joy is that it brings you into the energetic of love, of pure essence. The pure essence of being is joy. The pure essence of being is love. There is no higher energetic. When you connect with source energy, how does that make you feel? If you've been through one of my activations before, you know I always connect you to the divine creative matrix, which is the grid of all that is. It is pure source energy. It is pure love and light. How do you feel when you are connected into that space? Right? It is completely expansive. It is completely open. It is joy. Okay? Where we get stuck is thinking that we can't, in our day-to-day lives, connect with this very expanded feeling because of the density of human experience, okay? The drama and the chaos of living a 3D life means that we will get knocked out of our alignment. Even if we are making conscious decisions to be in our joy, we are allowing ourselves to be in joy, the drama of human experience will knock you out of that alignment here and there. It's just going to happen. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to go Pollyanna on you and say that, oh, you just be in your joy all the time, no matter what's happening. That's impossible. It's impossible. And anyone who tells you that it's okay, you can always be in your joy all the time, 24/7, it's not going to happen. It's the density of human experience. To experience that emotional spectrum. When we came here into 3D awareness, we knew about this emotional spectrum. And largely, it's why we wanted to come here. Because this emotional spectrum that we experience here is not like any other plane of existence. It doesn't exist in this way with this much variety as anywhere else. We wanted this garden variety, this smorgasbord of emotion. We wanted it. We wanted to experience it. So when you get knocked out of that alignment with your joy, it's about being in the moment of contrast, because we also knew that was going to be here. That contrast would be that thing that allowed us to choose, to allow us to enact our free will, which is also what we knew we were going to have when we came here. So when you are aligned with that contrast, or when you're seeing that contrast in your life, you're going along, having a great day, someone cuts you off in traffic. And then it becomes like a snowball effect, right? And you get mad at that person and you have road rage and yell something obscene out the window, flip them off, whatever. You get taken out of alignment, and then you're mad at yourself for being taken out of alignment. So then you're going down the rabbit hole even further, and you're going to that lower end of the emotional spectrum. And then when you get caught up in traffic, you're on your way to the grocery store. So you go to the grocery store, and the special almond milk that you wanted isn't there. It's the only reason why you really came. You needed to get some other stuff at the store, but you only really came for that almond milk, and they don't have it. And the only other place that has it is like 5 miles away, and you don't want to drive there because you got to go pick up the kids. And then it just goes down this rabbit hole, yes? Who's been there? And then we let these series of events then dictate how we're going to feel. We stop choosing. We just allow this kind of default access point of awareness take over, right? We have to, when presented with that drama, even if it's something as benign as that, I mean, I know it's a silly example, and people have a lot worse days than that, but let's just be honest. The day-to-day can be chaotic in that sense, and it can knock us out of alignment, sometimes even the silliest and smallest things, when in hindsight, it's just like, I can't believe I let myself get upset about that, but we do. It's natural. Don't beat yourself up about it. We all do it. But the important thing is to choose, then, presented with that contrast, to choose to be back in alignment where you were. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute, about getting yourself back to that spot. But when you are in joy, when you are in that experience of joy, think about it this way. It's the energy of doing what you love and being in that space of joy, that place of openness and expansion. If you are constantly choosing, even when you get taken out of alignment, even when you go off the rails, to go back into your joy, and it can be something that you have a go-to thought, like a Hawaiian vacation you had, or your little newborn niece laughing at you and smiling at you, or maybe you have bunnies in your backyard like I do who are going crazy and they're driving my dog crazy, but it makes me laugh so hard. And I find that so joyful because they're the cutest bunnies. There's so many bunnies around here in Tahoe. It drives my dog crazy. And when I see him go mental about the bunnies because he just wants one so bad, I just laugh hysterically. It fills me with joy, okay? We have to seek out those moments. We have to seek out those moments where we are in our joy. It doesn't matter if it seems silly or trite or small or benign, whether it's like your wedding day and it was this big gala event and it was wonderful, or that moment where you have bunnies in your backyard and you love to see the bunnies hopping around. It doesn't matter how you access your joy. That's unique and personal for you. But find it. Seek it out. Because being in this place of happiness, being this place of expansion, where it is satisfying to just feel good. And that includes, having a sense of wonder, having a sense of curiosity. This is also joy. Having a sense of this joy allowing you to access more of your imagination about what more is for you. Anywhere you're accessing that sense of wonder, that sense of curiosity, you're already triggering your imagination to start thinking about more ways for you to experience joy. And when you're connected in that space, the universe connects with your energetic, because the universe doesn't read your words. The words that you're saying to yourself in your mind, your self-talk that goes on maybe a hamster wheel in your brain throughout the day, the universe doesn't hear that. It picks up the energetic of it. So if you have negative self-talk going on, you're going to feel that in the body. And the body puts out a signal: I'm depressed. I'm filled with self-doubt. I don't believe in myself. I don't trust myself. I don't trust the universe, right? The universe will read that energetic, and it'll just send you more of that. However, if you're in your joy, that's when true alchemy takes place. Because you are literally transforming the environment around you when you are in your joy. Have you ever noticed when you are, let's just say you like going to the ocean. Sarah Chapman, you're here live. You love going to the ocean. When you connect with that feeling, you got all those negative ions flowing, balancing your energetic out, and you see the waves lapping on the shore, and maybe it's a sunny day, which I hope will happen for you in Rhode Island soon. I know it's been rainy. It's been rainy and crappy here too. But seeing the beautiful color of the water and smelling the salt in the air and connecting with that really is joyful. And then notice how when you broaden your gaze and expand your energetic, because that happens naturally when you're in that place of joy, notice how then you'll look to your periphery and see kids playing on the beach, and they're in their joy. And you'll see a mother interacting with her son, helping him build a sandcastle. And isn't that beautiful? Because they're enjoying a beautiful day at the beach. And you're seeing the birds flying, and the sun is just glistening on your face, and you feel warm, and you feel all that good vitamin D coming into your body. And it's just something that continues to ripple outward and outward and outward. And it expands even more without us really having to do too much. All we have to do is be in the joy, be in that place of happiness. So you're transmuting the essence then of everything in your environment. That is true alchemy. Okay? So think about if you were to, instead of just like maybe once a day, let's just say I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt and you're allowing yourself to experience true joy even once a day. Let's just say it's happening for a couple minutes. What if you were to take those couple minutes and consciously commit to, vow to yourself that you will expand that moment of joy maybe 3 more times in your day, every day. That you will find ways, and you don't want to work too hard. Don't put too much effort into it. Just let your essence be light. Because sometimes we force it, right? Sometimes when we think about, and I'll tell you a story. When I was first starting to listen to Abraham Hicks, when I first got introduced to Abraham Hicks, I was blown away, of course. And listening to the energy of, listening to them talk about the energy of your resonance, your energetic, and that we have to seek joy. We have to be in that place of allowing joy. Sometimes we don't even allow joy. So instead, I really wasn't hearing that at all. What I was hearing was that I had to force myself into it. So I would notice when I was out of alignment and having a bad day at work, and this is when I was bartending. So there was a lot of bad days at work. I had ordinary customers. I worked in a really high-end restaurant with very high-end and demanding and entitled guests, let's just say. And they were very difficult to deal with. Now, I'm a natural-born diplomat, so I can pretty much handle whatever comes at me, and I'm fairly thick-skinned, especially when I was bartending. But I can't tell you how many times someone would whine or cry about their food not coming on time or wasn't exactly how they ordered it, and that's fine. You want to get what you pay for, and I totally understand that. But the amount of like nitpicking that I would experience from people just like set me off. It's like, people are starving and you're having $100 lunch, and I would get so angry. And then I would catch myself doing that and be like, okay, I'm out of alignment, I'm out of alignment. And then I would beat myself up for being out of alignment and would try to force my way back into joy. Has anyone done that? Give me a heart if you know what I'm talking about. That's not going to work. You have to consciously decide to be in your joy and allow instead of create effort. Do you understand the difference? When you are in resistance-free, the resistance-free zone, it's about allowing rather than forcing it, forcing an outcome with effort. There's a big difference. And if you don't understand it, then you really need to be in Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp. If you really struggle with this, because this is one of the things that I'm really going to talk about at length. This is where we really shoot ourselves in the foot when we force it. It's like we're forcing those negative emotions down, so we're not creating awareness of what is. We're not honoring the place of feeling where we are, because we always have to honor what we feel. Even if we don't like it, we still have to have an acceptance of where we are, and we have to accept it with compassion and forgiveness, because that puts us in resistance-free zone. That puts us in a place of allowing, okay? That is what brings in the inspiration for us to move into that, because everything is on an emotional spectrum, so understand it this way. If you're in that place of like forcing down your emotions, when you notice you have that shitty moment or whatever, you're going to that crappy feeling, and you're like, I don't want to feel that way, la 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 la, right? And you're just like forcing it away, you're shoving it away, so you're not honoring whatever feeling you're having, because you have to feel all the feels, okay? If you don't honor that, you can't connect in with where you are to go into that next spot on the emotional spectrum. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about. If you feel like it's really hard for you to find your joy in those moments, think of all of the emotions that you experience. They're all on a spectrum. And there's actually things that you can access on the internet. And maybe I'll put it up in the group, in Ascending Earth Creatrix group, the actual spectrum and the frequencies that they hold. Okay, so you have the lower end of the emotional spectrum, which is, you know, fear, hatred, anger, resentment, blame, all those things, and then it goes up on a spectrum until you get to love and joy, right? Forgiveness is up there, appreciation is up there. So first of all, if you're in that place, you notice you're in that place, Go into that place right there and then and feel what you're feeling. Allow yourself to feel it, even if it's for a nanosecond. Have compassion for yourself for feeling that. Forgive yourself for feeling that. Right away, that takes you further up the emotional spectrum. Appreciate that you have the contrast to be able to see where I am versus where I want to be. Appreciation. Hello, moving up the emotional spectrum. Knowing that you don't have to go there. You don't have to go there. You don't have to choose to be in that energetic. You can choose something greater. That's very satisfying. Hello, moving up the emotional spectrum. And then go into that place from satisfaction of joy. The joy of knowing, let's just say, you are a free will being, and to be in your sovereign power as a free will being, you choose. You choose the quality of your experience in every single moment. That's beyond satisfying. That's joyful. Because then from that place, I can choose joy. Okay, so think of it that way. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the idea of play. Dina says, I tell myself many times a day, I choose joy. Yes, yes. When you start, again, it's beyond just saying it though, right? When you say, I choose joy, or I am willing to experience joy, that is allowing. Allowing. And the universe reads that energetic. So it's wonderful to say, I choose joy, but make sure that you are matching it with your energetic, okay? Because I choose joy, that's a mental construct. You have to match that energetically. This is everything I'm talking about with heart-mind unification in Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp, by the way, is bringing these things into congruency all the time. The heart and the mind, the heart and the mind, the heart and the mind. If you're not bringing these into congruency, you will not have the level of experience that you desire, the quality of experience that you desire in this lifetime. You have to merge these energetics. You have to. And we can't go into fifth dimensional awareness. We cannot fully ascend until we learn how to unify these energies. Okay? So make sure you're matching that energetic. Choosing to go into a feeling space then, right away, when you say, I choose joy, go into a feeling space. Go into a memory that gives you this very visceral quality of what joy is. That will ensure the outcome of more joy. Absolutely. Every single time, no exceptions, period. All right, so play. When you think of joy, you may think of maybe some amount of joy that seemed to kind of happen by default. You're just observing it, right? And I was talking about seeing the bunnies in my backyard. I'm not making the bunnies frolic and be cute and do bunny things in the backyard. I am joy. Beautiful. Now we're getting somewhere, right? If you have a problem with saying I am joy, like that feels totally out of alignment with you, understand that you are on a different spot in the emotional spectrum. I'm not saying you, Dina, but I'm talking to anyone else out there who has a problem with embodying the energy of that statement, I am joy. So what you need to do then is find out where you are. Do a little sleuthing. Where are you on the emotional spectrum then? Are you willing to allow joy? Then say that. I am willing to allow joy. And the more you say that, I want you to feel like you're open. That'll put you more in receptive mode. Feel like you are a receiver then of joy. That you have the potential to be a receiver of joy. That moves you up on the emotional spectrum, and it still is an access point of where you are, but it allows for so much more at the same time. Does that make sense? Okay. So when we are thinking about joy, sometimes we're just observing it, we're just witnessing it, and that makes us feel joy. So like I was saying, like seeing the bunnies frolic in my backyard, I'm not making those bunnies do cute bunny things, they're just doing that on their own, and I'm observing it, and as a result, the outcome is, the benefit is, I feel joy. Okay. So where am I creating joy? Ah, juicy stuff. Where am I creating joy? Where am I being the founding mother of my own joy? Where am I being the master builder of my own joy? We have to play. We have to be willing to play. If you make play a priority in your life, Joy is a natural outcome of that. I love to play with my dog. He's a very, very active dog. He needs a lot of attention. He's not that good at fetching because he just wants to play tug of war. When he does get the ball, I throw to him. But it's funny and he makes me laugh. And I love engaging with his joy. And in a way, I'm seeking out my own joy by us playing together and having a relationship together. That's what brings me joy. I love to ride my bike. I got a little cruiser bike, and it's so cute. It's red, and it's got these crazy little 50s geometric designs on it. And not only is it cute, and I look cute on it, I'll just go ahead and say that. I'll just leave that here. I love riding it. It's so much fun. And I finally live in a place where it's pretty flat. I mean, I live up in the mountains, but the neighborhood I live in, it's pretty flat around here, and I'm 4 blocks from the lake, so I get to do the tour of all these neighborhoods and look at the houses, and some of them are nestled back in the woods, and it's really pretty. And I get to take my dog with me. He runs right alongside my bike. We get to go down at the lake and take a little break so he can get some water and stop panting. And we can look at the water and engage with the water, and it's beautiful out there. And then we can ride around the neighborhood, and it's great, and I feel joy. I like to draw. I like to draw animals. I think maybe I've showed you my elephant. Do you want to see my elephant drawing? I will show you what I like to do. What brings me joy? I like to draw. I don't know if you can see that. That's my elephant, done with colored pencils. And I love him. He brings me a lot of joy. I love elephants. And I love to take pictures. I love to take pictures of flowers. And this is a picture I took of a beautiful sunflower. Sorry about the glare. That brings me an incredible amount of joy. And it opens up my energy. I've noticed something about joy is that it really puts me in pure inspiration and creation mode. And here's a little interesting nugget about human beings and creating. Even though it feels like we're constantly in the process of manifesting something or creating a new way of being, creating a better life, creating a better relationship, career, whatever it is, when we get it, have you ever noticed that you always want to create more? Or you're creating several things simultaneously. Like it feels good to get it, and you enjoy being in that space because you've accessed you've fully made manifest in form all the fruits of your energetic labors and made this thing show up for you and give you what you wanted, hopefully. It delivered. It proved to be as great as you thought it was going to be. Let's just say for the benefit of the doubt, that's true. But have you ever noticed that then there's something else? There is more. Because you are an ever-expanding being in an ever-expanding universe. And the thing about human beings is what satisfies us the most and brings us the most joy is creating, not necessarily in receiving the creation. Now think about that for a minute. If it was the other way around, and our true joy actually came from the creation, like if that one thing that you're manifesting, if it showed up, would that be it for you? You'd be like, cool, I can check out now. I'm done. If that was true, then it would be that the creation was the end-all, be-all of our sense of joy and satisfaction here in the 3D plane, and makes us feel like full of purpose. Just acquiring the creation. No. We love creating. You know why? Because we are master builders of our experience. We are creators. That is part of our divine blueprint, our inheritance. As spiritual, evolved beings in a human body, we love to create. We love being in the process of creating. So think about it this way. If your process of creating, which is what we really love and which is what we really came here for, if I'm totally honest. If your process of creating isn't as full of joy while you're on this journey of creating as the outcome that you produce, then you are really not accessing the fullness of your human experience here in this lifetime. You're not really here doing what you asked to come here and do. So being in your joy more is allowing you to be on that journey of creating with fullness, with vigor, with happiness, with a sense of wonder, with inspiration, totally firing on all cylinders, with your passions for creating burning inside you. That the passion for creating burns just as brightly inside you as what you think that outcome of your creating will bring you. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So when we play and allow ourselves more play, here's what happens. We're aligning instantly with joy, okay, when we play, because we're doing what we love. Joy is doing what we love. Whether it is experiencing through witnessing it with the mind's eye, whether it's something we imagine, or if it is something that we're just looking at and observing, it's doing something that we love, being in that energetic, in that now moment of doing something that we love, experiencing something that we love, being something that we love, seeing something that we love, hearing something that we love, okay? That is your space of joy that you are creating. You are creating a very powerful energetic, which alchemizes your external experiences. It literally transmutes your environment right before your eyes sometimes. Remember the analogy I was talking about being on the beach? So, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do? I already showed you my stuff. My drawings, my pictures, riding my bike, meditating, walking in the woods. I love where I live. For a while now, I have not loved where I live. I love where I live. I love walking in the mountains. I love meditating on a rock by a rushing stream. I love that. I am in my joy when I'm doing that. I love teaching. I love teaching. I love, 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 love teaching. I feel closer to God when I am teaching than really anything else. Because I'm in a place where I've cleansed and purged my energetic vessel to such a degree that I allow higher energies to move through me, to come through me. So a lot of times when I'm teaching, for lack of a better word, I'm channeling. Because it's not wisdom that comes necessarily from me, but rather through me. I love doing energy activations for the same reason. And if you're in any of my workshops or done any of my classes, if you're in my Heal, Awaken, Ascend Mastermind, you know that largely what comes through me is being channeled. It's being accessed through the higher realms because I'm allowing. You know how I'm allowing? Because I'm in my joy. I'm doing what I love. If you are giving yourselves more experiences of joy every single day and play, okay, what you're doing every day is accessing that place of what you would feel, no matter what you're manifesting. You're trying to manifest that outcome because you want to feel joy, right? So why not access that energetic right now? What happens instead is when we are thinking too much about the outcome, and we're focused too much, we're attached too much to the outcome of what we're manifesting, exactly what it's going to look like, exactly how it's going to feel, and how much that is diametrically opposed to what we feel right now. What we do instead is we go into worry. And we somehow think that if we worry about enough, or have panic about it enough, or anxiety about it enough, we're going to force it to show up. This is a total ego construct. And what it does actually is it just puts you in that energetic of attracting more worry, more attachment. It widens the gap between where you are now and what that outcome will bring you, which is joy. So why not just kill the middleman? Don't kill him. Get him out of the picture. Get the joy now. Be in the joy now. And it ensures the inevitability of the outcome of your desire. Because you're already in the energetic. You're already embodying your future self of how you're going to feel when that shows up. Is this clicking with you guys? Does this understand? Is this something that's understood by you? So when we do the Embodying Your Future Self 3-day event coming up on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, here on this page or in my Facebook group, Ascending Earth Creatrix, 10 a.m. Pacific time, I'm going to help you get in that energetic of allowing, which is really important. Because if we're not in receiving mode, if we're not in resistance-free zone, we cannot receive the outcome, okay? And I'm going to help you get into that energetic of joy a little bit more. But if you like what I'm talking about here, if this is really reaching you, and this is making you go into that place deep within your soul and say to yourself, I really want to know more about how to do this. I want to be able to clear the stuff that's keeping me in resistance and putting me in the resistance zone. I want to be in the resistance-free zone. It is really time for you to do an investment in the Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp. And I wish that, did you ever see that movie? You probably did. Matrix, the first Matrix movie. There's a scene in which Neo, played by Keanu Reeves, is plugged into the Matrix and he learns Kung Fu. And he's plugged in and it's a program and they run the program, they download the app into his brain or whatever happens. And then all of a sudden, 25 seconds later, he knows Kung Fu. That is what I wish I could do for you so you could understand what you're going to get out of Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp and how it's going to feel to be in this bootcamp. Because it's not, the Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp is very similar to what I'm talking about right here because we're going to be on a 6-week journey together and we're going to enjoy the journey. We're going to be opening up to joy in the journey of learning more about ourselves, about what we want, and about how to unify the heart and the mind so that we can receive it, we can allow it, and be in that resistance-free zone. So I wish I could plug you into the Matrix and have you understand the feeling you're going to get by being in Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp right now. And then you would just sign up for it. You wouldn't even think about it. So anyway, I will leave you with that. I hope that you guys will join me for Embodying Your Future Self. It's going to be here live. So make sure that you are liking and following Catherine Massel, Ascending Earth Creatrix, this business page, if you're on it, so that you'll be notified when I go live. So if you forget, it'll just show up in your Facebook feed. And if you are in Ascending Earth Creatrix, I will, of course, be reminding you that we're doing this. I hope that if you have any questions or comments that you'll throw them in here. Please do check out the Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp. The full details are listed on the link that I put here in the comments. If you want to hold off until Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and see what kind of bonus I'm throwing at you, if you want to wait until then to sign up, that's cool too. Because I'm going to have some awesome bonuses for you guys if you are needing some extra enticement, if you need me to sweeten the pot for you to join up. But everything that I'm sharing with you, if this really jibes with you, go ahead and sign up right now. So I love that you joined me live. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching the replay, and I want to wish you so much love and light.